On 2020, last Friday, a horribly burned woman, Stephanie Nielsen, was profiled. She's 29 years old. She's the mother of 4. She was severely burned in a plane crash. The only thing that was left unburned, I think, were her toes. On her blog, this woman talks about God and how grateful she is to be alive. On her blog, she talks about how she was at the supermarket and she overheard some kids say something insensitive like, "Look at that lady, she looks like a monster." Well, here's what Stephanie said on 2020 on Friday.
Some people are very rude and stare at you. The little kids who are just being honest, pointing and saying mean things that are mean and hurtful to me, but they're just little and they don't know. I knew that I had a self-worth that was greater than my outward appearance, but I don't dwell on it. Just that's how it is, and this is how it is, and it will probably get better, but if it doesn't, I'm fine. I have a beautiful life. That's what's beautiful.
She's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. My gosh. This woman has chosen to take this adversity and make it into something positive. Now, let me show you the other side. It's this woman in Iran. This is a horror story. She rejected the marriage proposal of a man who was stalking her, so the man poured a bucket of acid all over her, blinding her and severely disfiguring her. She was a beautiful woman as well. Now, in Iran, justice for this kind of crime calls for an eye for an eye. So the man was sentenced to a punishment of acid being poured into his eyes. Naturally, the international community was outraged and called the sentence barbaric, which has delayed the government of Iran from carrying out this sentence. For her part, the Iranian woman, she is upset about this delay. She said, quote, "I want people like him to know that they will suffer forever if they cause someone such suffering." She wanted to do it herself. Instead, she was worried that she'd get the acid on her hands, so doctors were going to do it for her. As understandable as it is for her to feel that way, the fact is, we all have a choice. We can choose hatred and vengeance, or we can strive for something higher, something better. It all comes down to what's going to help us solve the problems we face. Vengeance and hate, or compassion, love and courage. It's time for us, like Stephanie Nielsen, to choose the better part. It all starts with us as individuals. Choose courage and compassion as we strive to heal our nation and ourselves. Choose the better part, compassion and courage, because 2 wrongs don't make a right, period. Never. They never do. The choice between good and evil is becoming, at least to me and my friends, more and more apparent. You have to actively choose and restore courage in your own life. You'll need the courage to do the hard thing. The hardest thing possibly of all, to break the cycle.